Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, I would have reviewed the tier 9 and just gone down the branch of the new tech tree in reviews, but since I did not research the tier 5 and the tier 6 before this line starts, even though I had 800,000 free experience, it was not enough to get all the top guns and stuff on all these tanks and like the modules and all this stuff. And I was only able to do that on the tier 7 and the tier 10. So we're going to start at tier 7 now and work our way up to tier 9. I would have, like I said, preferred to do tier 9, 8, 7, but we're going to be doing 10, 7, 8, 9. So I hope this is okay. I mean, it might not work out too horrible since a lot of people have the tier 7 but not the tier 10 right now. So, you know, it kind of actually makes sense. But yeah, what is this? The M-VII-Yoh? I'm not quite sure. The M-VI-Yoh, not the M-VI-Yoh. I think it's the M-4-Yoh, M-3-Yoh. Yes, it's the M-3-Yoh, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, it is the tier 7 in the new tech tree line, and all I gotta say is, I hate this tank. It's really not a tank I am enjoying. The turret is just way too big. And as soon as you turn it just a tiny bit, there's just this massive cancerous tumor of a turret on top of you that just gets absolutely demolished. Plus, it's slow. The gun is okay. The gun isn't horrible. If it had better accuracy, I think it would be a good gun. But the gun at the minute has horrible accuracy, so it's really hard to hit. And then, of course, it is really slow. Now, in these two games, I actually have 50% crew because I forgot to get 75% crew. I have played it with 75% crew because I realized that and then played it some. Still couldn't really get any better games because I just hate this tank. It is not a fun tank, in my opinion, to play. I don't think it's a good tank. A lot of people seem to love this tank. I'm not sure why, but I really don't like it. It's just too slow for me. I mean, for how, you know, it's not the most armored tank. I mean, the hull is extremely weak. You have a big hatch, your cheeks are pretty weak, and as soon as you turn your turret a little, I mean, it's very easy to pin. I mean, look, almost straight on. Look how much of that turret I could pin with AP. If you have a, you know, a tier 8 or tier 7s with, you know, calibrated or even just, you know, just running premium, it's really a struggle to bounce in this tank. And since that doesn't have the best mobility, it really does struggle in my opinion. I think Wargaming definitely should have given this thing much more mobility. I mean, it's so slow to back up. It is so slow. We did get a decent game this time. I mean, 2.5k damage isn't horrible. It was enough to have, you know, it was enough to go ahead and feature on the channel. But I definitely would have preferred to get some better games. But like I said, I'm just really struggling to do well in this tank because I really don't think it's a good one. So far, what I felt from the line, and I was kind of saying this on one of my videos whenever I was playing it in open test, I really don't like this line that much. I mean, the tier 7, like I said, I don't like the tier 7. The tier 8, I think, is going to be the best one in the line. I played it like once on open test, liked it. Seems to have a better mobility, a little bit better armor, and a not too bad of a gun. So I think that will be the best one out of the line. But then you have the tier 9, which is just bad in my opinion. I mean, it's not horrible for the armor. I think the armor's better there, but like I said, these tanks need more mobility in my opinion. I think they need more mobility. And then for the tier 9 one, again, you can run the 2-shot, which I prefer to play 2-shot guns, but the reload on that is literally 30 seconds long. And I can't. I mean, that's just, you cannot do that at tier 9. That type of DPM is so bad. And the 3-shot gun is just 300 alpha at tier 9, tier 10 really isn't something that you really want to play with. So it's really not that fun for me to play those 3-shot guns, but you kind of have to if you want to have really any chance in those tanks. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the line. I think the line isn't really that good, and my recommendation so far for grinding it would be, if you don't like slow, heavy tanks, definitely don't do this line. And if you're a newer player, definitely don't do this line. It's kind of a personal preference. I feel like a lot of people like these tanks and a lot of people hate them, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, it's kind of up to you. You could start the line, and if you really don't like the feel of the tanks, you could probably go ahead and quit trying to grind the line and just, I don't know, free XP it or something. Because I think the tier 10 isn't a bad tank. I actually enjoy playing the tier 10, not horribly. So I don't think the tier 10 is that bad of a tank, just because it has decent enough armor and a decent enough gun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the review of the Tier 7. I would say for the playstyle, I mean, playstyle at Tier 7 really isn't something that is it's not the easiest to, you know, pinpoint. But I would say the playstyle of this tank is just kind of a generic heavy. I feel like it's just, I feel like it's meant to be a heavy. It's meant to be a heavy. Oh, one more thing. Just look at this tank. This is the weirdest looking tank I've seen in my life. It doesn't even look like it's supposed to be in Blitz. I don't even know. Also, what is this RNG I get right here? I bounced this guy twice. Very unfortunate. But yeah, the playstyle, I would say it's a generic heavy kind of role. Just go with the heavies and brawl out with the heavies. I would say it's kind of wanting to be a heavium. I think it would be better as a heavium, but it really just doesn't have quite enough mobility. And that's what I'm saying. This tank just needs more mobility. And I mess up right there, by the way. I did not realize that I turned that much and was driving forward like that. So yeah, my fault there, and we are actually going to lose that game, unfortunately, right there. But we do decent in it. I mean, 2.8k damage isn't the worst, 2 kills as well. But yeah, the playstyle, like I said, of this thing, I feel like it needs to be a heavium, but it just really doesn't have enough mobility to do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the review of the Tier 7, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course, I'll be doing one on the Tier 8 as soon as possible. I need to figure out how to grind that, because I don't really want to grind it stock, but I might have to, because I don't have enough free XP, actually, to grind to unlock the modules and stuff on it, which is kind of unfortunate. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.